guess that's fine. Oh, no. Why? Oh, shit. These guys are just gonna keep going. Get on the ladder! Get on the ladder! Oh, sneaked! Get on the ladder! Get on the ladder. Get on the ladder. I don't think they can follow me through that. Should be okay now. Yeah. So this whole like keycard business is extremely illogical and bad design. Like, literally, why would you ever design a nuclear launch system that required you to refrigerate a floppy disk and then put it in the furnace and then input it 3 times, and then if you like if you use it once, you can't like use it again? Like, it's such a weird, bad design. I think the key is that little red dot. And like, speaking of things that don't really make sense, I'm gonna keep running because there are rations in here and I want them, even though it's killing me to be in here. Gotta throw that bomb away. Where is it? Now. I guess if I really need them, I'll jump into the radioactive waste again later. Okay, so now I gotta go, well, I guess I can call and see what they want me to do, but I think I just gotta go freeze the key.
You got the card key. Good.
Oh, right.
Now get back to the control room and use that key to re-input the PAL codes. Stop that launch.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta do the room temperature key first before I freeze the key. Oh yeah, speaking of things that don't make sense, this whole like stealth nuke thing doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, which maybe I'm stupid and I just am not thinking this through, but like I don't understand what having a stealth nuke actually does for you in terms of nuclear deterrence. The whole idea is that somebody knows that you can nuke them back if you nuke, if they nuke you. Like, so being sneaky about it honestly doesn't seem to achieve any goals in my admittedly very stupid opinion. Like, I thought the whole idea was you're just posturing and hoping that they don't call your not really bluff, because literally who actually wants to destroy that many people, except I guess the United States, who has done it before.
PAL code number Awaiting PAL code number 2.
Okay, that takes care of PAL code number 1. Now, PAL number 2, freeze the key.
So we got a good look at Liquid earlier. Oh. I hate how zoomed in this is, but I'm also like not. Oops. Oh, that was a very large hitbox. I'm not good at aiming with the other guns, although I did figure out while trying to practice some of these later boss fights that you can aim in first-person mode in this game. You just have to like, oh no, wrong gun. So cool. You just have to like, you press triangle to go into first person, and then you press square, I think. Wait, no, that didn't work. I'm not sure. It worked for me in one of the other fights, so I don't know. Anyway, old game. This part is like a little bit tedious because you kind of just have to run back out to previous areas and then just kind of sit there and wait for the temperature to affect the key. But I guess since we have time, like for once, no one is calling me and interrupting me. I was talking with some of you guys on Twitter today, and like I guess some things are just like not very clear, which I should have expected because nothing in Metal Gear really makes a lot of sense. The deal with Liquid Snake, he's your twin. I don't know if he's mentioned that yet. I think he explains in more detail later. Not that it's a particularly good explanation. But anyway, you guys are twins. And he is blonde and he is British, and you have brown hair and you have an American accent. And the reason for that is you were raised separately. And Liquid spent quite a lot of his childhood in England. And this is like a little bit of background about Liquid that is either mentioned directly in a conversation in a later game, or else it's like written somewhere. I don't remember how I know this. But yes, he was raised separately from you, and the reason he has a British accent is because he was raised, he spent some of his childhood in England. And maybe even more than just his childhood. I can't really remember. I think he actually was a part of like the British special, I can't remember the terminology. I forgot. Never mind. But yeah, he had an illustrious military career before he came to America and joined Foxhound. Who knows how he managed to get into Foxhound? Don't ask. And then he's blonde because bad reasons. Kojima, I think, originally actually intended for Solid Snake to be blonde as well, and then his idea was that like Solid Snake dyed his hair brown before coming to Shadow Moses Island, so that he wouldn't look like Liquid Snake. But Solid Snake didn't know that he had a brother before he came to Shadow Moses Island. But I think the idea was that like there had been rumors that Liquid Snake looked a lot like Solid Snake, so that's why he dyed his hair. Honestly, I don't really know what the logic or reasoning behind that is, Just like I don't really know what the logic or reasoning behind a lot of what happens in Kojima's games is. But that ended up getting scrapped later on. So Solid Snake is a natural brunette because in Metal Gear Solid 2, when Kojima was bringing, it's cold now. Okay, when Kojima was bringing Solid Snake back, he tried to make Snake blonde. But I think in like the testing with players, that went off really, really badly. Like nobody knew who the hell they were looking at because everybody had imprinted on Snake being brown haired. So in the end, Kojima had to give up on this brilliant idea of his. So now Solid Snake just has brown hair and Liquid Snake has blonde hair, and it's completely unexplained. Nobody ever tries to explain it. That's just how it is. They are twins, but one has blonde hair and one has brown hair. And honestly, given Kojima's like somewhat shaky grasp of genetics and like DNA, it makes about as much sense as anything else in the games because I guess slight spoiler, but like Liquid Snake's whole deal is that like he thinks he's like the inferior twin, which they're supposed to be identical, so however that works. And they're not fraternal twins. There's like, I don't know how much I want to spoil, but yeah. This guy is so annoying. Just gotta wait for him to come back and I'll shoot his foot. Come back. Oh yeah, another piece of random Metal Gear trivia that I just remembered. This is, I guess, probably my fault for not listening to the conversation, but I think there is a conversation early in this game, probably like really early on, like before you even enter the tank hangar, where I think if you call Campbell and Naomi, Snake will talk about his personal background, and he mentions having like a Japanese mother. And that's why when Raven is having his long ass speech, he talks about like Japanese blood or something like that, because Snake is like vaguely, not really, kind of, somewhat, a little bit Japanese. Like, oh. It's so complicated to explain. I think Liquid had better do his whole speech before I even try this.
PAL code number 2 confirmed. Awaiting PAL code number 3.
Okay, there goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.
Oh my god, let me out! Oh god. Oh god. Wait, actually, it'll just... yes. Nobody can get me here because nobody can spawn in this like really small area that I'm standing in. So I'll just wait for it to go away. Okay, we're good now. But that guy might be back. That one guy that I hate. Yeah, he's back. It's okay, I got a lot of ammo. And I don't think I'm ever gonna need this gun again, so... Sorry, I'm always shooting you in the foot. So now I have to warm the key up. So basically we have to go back to that furnace area. It's not that far compared to other areas in the game, but it's also not that close. So a little bit of a trek. Also, I've been trying to make these videos a little shorter, mostly because my internet is bad and I have like 1 megabit per second upload speeds, so it takes me like 24 hours to upload an hour of video, and then if it fails I get really upset. But I guess whatever. Sometimes it just feels like there are natural places to like cut your gameplay short, and unnatural places would be like in the middle of an elevator ride, like I just did in the last episode. So I'm gonna just try to... Actually, what should I do? No, I think I'm good. I'm gonna... Yeah, I think I'll input the card keys and then I'll cut this video short. I think I will have a chance to save there, hopefully. Old games have really clunky and difficult controls, but in some ways they're also like, if you understand how the controls work, they're also easier in a way. Like, I just tossed that chaff grenade into the ocean and it still worked. Gotta get around these guys. But I guess it's not that hard. Oh wait, there's a ration here. Yes. I think I can just use it because I think the other ration will respawn on my way back too. So then I'll be full up on rations for the next boss fight, which is not going to be super fun. Well, depends on your definition of fun. I guess it's kind of fun. I think there's a conversation here, unless it's on the way down. Is anyone gonna call me? Or not? Oh, there it is.
Snake, it's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called FOXDIE?
No. FOXDIE. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but...
What are you trying to say?
It's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah?
Well, apparently FOXDIE kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No. You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the FOXDIE vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, you might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
Is this mine back? Yeah, it sure is. But I can't pick it up. But I think I know where they are, so as long as I don't step on them. Oh no! I thought I was safe there. Damn it. Well, I guess one little piece of health is as useless as anything, considering what's coming up. If I die, I die, and if I don't, I don't. I might cut this elevator ride. I don't think anything. Okay. This one should be safe, I think. Back into the furnace. And wait for my card to turn red. Yeah. Okay, I'll just cut to when it does turn red. Oh, hey, will you look at that? It's red. Okay. Actually, while we're here and safe under the stairs, let me call a couple people and just grill them on this weird betrayal thing that's going on.
You did it! That's the last one! Hurry to the control room!
Seriously, that's all you have to say?
So Naomi's a spy, just like I thought. Campbell is hiding something too. But that's okay. FOXDIE is a virus, a biological weapon. There must be a vaccine. We can worry about getting that later, Snake. But right now, you've got to focus on re-inputting those detonation codes, okay?
Actually, recently I was reading this sci-fi novel, Three Body, the Three Body Problem, and I felt like there was definitely a plot point in the second novel that was like very FOXDIE.
You have a good view, though your movement is limited.
Whatever.
Naomi's an enemy spy? I can't believe it.
I don't want to believe it either, but...
Snake, leave it to Colonel Campbell. You've got to concentrate on re-inputting that detonation code.
You're right.
Alright, let's go. Hey, I always forget. Oh, no, no, no.
Snake, can you hear me? It's Naomi.
Naomi? What the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked like. I bought all my identification, but my reason for getting into genetics was true.
'Cause you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from, my age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s, a dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by England until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him.
Your big brother?
Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes, Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America?
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
So that ninja, I mean Gray Fox, he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox? No. Naomi, tell me something.
About FOXDIE? FOXDIE is a type of retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. FOXDIE contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach to the TNF receptors in the heart cells.
And then they cause a heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Apoptosis? You mean the heart cells commit suicide? Naomi,
What?
you must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time? Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake. I'm not the one who made the decision to use FOXDIE.
Huh? You weren't?
No. You were injected with FOXDIE as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Huh?
The real thing I wanted to tell you was... Snake, I...
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake!
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that FOXDIE was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's under arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Harsh. I'm gonna question him.
Colonel, what's new with Naomi?
She's being interrogated, Snake. Leave her to me. You just worry about stopping Metal Gear. Please, Snake. I consider you my friend. Please believe that. Snake, we're just about out of time. Get to the control room.
Snake.
That place is right in the middle of the
Okay, whatever, Master Miller.
It's extremely cold there.
Oh my god.
Nastasia, I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you know anything about FOXDIE and the real nature of this operation?
Sorry, I have not been told anything about that.
That's funny. The Colonel said almost exactly the same thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound sarcastic. I believe you.
I can't really blame Dr. Naomi. I feel sorry for her. Ever since I was a little kid, I always hated my first name.
Hal, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm not a computer, I'm a human. My grandfather taking part in the Manhattan Project, my father being born on the day of the Hiroshima bomb. I hated every part of that. My name, my father, my grandfather. It felt like all those things were a ball and chain around my legs, dragging me down. But now that I think about it, I realize that I was blessed. At least I know who I am, where I came from. But Dr. Naomi didn't even know who her parents were, what her real name was. She must have been a very lonely little girl.
Otacon.
Sorry, Snake. I guess right now you should focus on re-inputting those PAL codes.
Oh shit. Sorry.
You still haven't...
Yeah, I know. Every Snake or like every Metal Gear protagonist is kind of meant to be it's kind of meant to be like a little bit of a player stand-in. Like I mentioned before, like your player experience and the story of the game are always pretty interconnected. So in some ways, like every Snake is kind of you. But at the same time, every Snake does take on his own personality, and I'm not sure how intentional that is. I mean, I think it is intentional because it would be so hard to accidentally make like Snake and Big Boss as different as they are. Like, they're pretty dang different. Not to mention, I mean, I don't want to get into too many spoilers, but yeah. When people complain about characters like not having personality, I'm like, but they do. They do. That's really vague, sorry. Metal Gear Solid 1 is like pretty serious, but also pretty lighthearted and pretty fun. But later on in the games, like, some of it can get pretty depressing. Like, some of these characters are like literally, struggling with like depression and PTSD, and I don't mean it in like the very weird shitty lip servicey way that Kojima addresses it in MGS4, but like literally there's no way to read the game if you don't acknowledge that the characters are going through that shit. I'm talking about Metal Gear Solid 5. Guy, come back. Let me shoot your feet. So I'll cut the video off as soon as I input this last key. Or should I? Oh God, should I? You know what? Should I wait until No, I guess the video's long enough anyway. Either way, even if there's a little cutscene, it'll be fine. It'll be a better place to end it if I just like go through with it. So I'm gonna go through with it. I'm gonna input this last key, and then hopefully we'll get to the finale in the next episode.
Palcode number 3 confirmed. Palcode entry complete. Detonation code activated.
No, why?
Ready for launch.
I deactivated it.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us, too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words, we weren't able to launch the nuclear device, and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without the detonation codes, we had to find some other way. That's when we decided you might prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself as the DARPA chief. Unfortunately, Octopus didn't survive the encounter, thanks to FOXDIE.
You mean you had this plan from the beginning, just to get me to input the detonation code?
Huh? You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the FOXDIE vaccine. To me, their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use you was already successful in the torture room. Snake, you're the only one who doesn't know. Ah, poor fool.
Who are you anyway?
I'll tell you everything you want to know. If you come where I am, that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's body was just discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least 3 days. I didn't know because my codec link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his transmission signal was coming from inside the base.
So who is it?
Snake, you've been talking to...
Me, dear brother.
Liquid. How the...
You've served your purpose. You may die now.
Oh, can't believe Miller died off screen. I can eat this ration. And then call Otacon. Get me out of here.
Snake, that's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security lock here?
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute. I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
Oh my god, did you see his little naked body? Okay, they very helpfully gave me another ration, but I'm actually good on rations now, so I'm gonna save my game, and then we're gonna go chase after Liquid.
Snake, are you okay? Don't die, Snake.
Yeah, don't die. Alright, that's it. This video is pretty long. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that we can finish the game in the next episode. It will also be a long episode though, and it will depend on how long the cutscenes are. But also I don't think there's like really any place to stop from here on out, so it probably is just gonna go. It's just gonna be a really long video. Thanks for your long cutscenes, Kojima. Okay, bye.